5 years ago, I met Paul at the venue 505 and I just thought I'd really like him to write something for a viol consort. And I particularly wanted a piece for viola da gamba and harpsichord. I was very, very excited when Paul first presented the piece to me. It had links to Bach sonatas. Both the harpsichord and the viola da gamba had equal parts and it was very intricate. The harmonies were rich, but it was also quite challenging. For instance, the prelude, there was no time signature, so we had to work within that. Paul also introduced things like harmonics, which of course Bach didn't use, and also pizzicato, again which Bach didn't use. There was lots of sections of cross rhythms where we had 2 against 3. Again, this was something as a classical musician that challenged me.
Spinning fourth comes from a German musical term, Fortspinnung, which means spinning fourth. It's used in relation to Baroque music and it describes the way the music is almost self-perpetuating. One note suggests the next and the next and the next. And it's one of the characters of Baroque music and Bach in particular, which I really enjoy. We often, among the jazz community, talk about Baroque music. Jazz music uses so many principles in common with Baroque music. They both use a rhythm section. Let's say the bass and piano or guitar is like the Baroque continuo. They both use shorthand notation where the chords are notated. They're shown, but they're not spelt out. So there's quite a lot of creative freedom. Spinning fourth also bears relation to other sorts of music which I really enjoy. When I listen to Bach, especially let's say a Brandenburg concerto, there are passages where it just sounds like it's cycling through one set of material. It doesn't matter that it's about to move on. It's a texture that's created using this, what I perceive to be this spinning fourth or slightly minimalist principle. I feel very lucky in that Jenny had already asked me to write for viola da gamba. I'd already had a bit of background in finding out about the strings, the open strings, 7 strings, how many is enough, and how resonant the instrument is. And so that's what I wanted to exploit in this most recent piece. The harpsichord I had never written for. I'm very lucky that we had Ray Harvey, who volunteered his time to demonstrate the instrument, the various manuals, the stops, the beautiful lute stop or buff stop, and that was like an hour or 2 hour long education in what I could do that was different to the piano. My aim was always to bring both instruments to the fore so that the viola da gamba and the harpsichord were both soloists, not in the background, supporting each other and having their own time in the limelight. I hope that when people hear Spinning Fourth, they'll take away a fresh appreciation of the beauty of these 2 instruments. As I say, sharing the limelight. The viola da gamba is such a beautifully resonant instrument, and the harpsichord is also. Often when you hear the harpsichord at a distance, it's hard to appreciate what a beautifully resonant instrument it is. I hope they'll also take away something of my love of Baroque music.